Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel for this episode 12 on Calmsden Farm with me, Farmer Murphy. Well, it's reasonably early the next morning. As you may recall, we finished up that baling contract on into the evening yesterday on the farm. This morning I was up early. I took care of all of our chores up at the production facility. I checked on our animals. We don't need to do anything there. Our cows are getting close. If we take a look, where are they? 80%. So it won't be long and we'll have some new births there, but nothing overnight. Our canola fields are now ready to harvest, both of them. So I need to get on that here while the weather is good. And I also picked up, if we take a look, a cultivating contract over on field 1. So I'll likely get a worker going on that here this morning. Because they brought all our equipment back and got it fueled up, so we're good to go there. I think we'll take our large tractor and we'll get the cultivator on that. Once we get our crops off, we're going to have to decide what we're going to put in our fields. At this point, I'm thinking we'll do a field of barley, canola, and oats. And of course, corn in our secret field we've got going right now. My thinking is we are going to put in a production factory, but really just a mixer, like a TMR mixer for our pig food. And if we have enough constituent parts, that we can sell the excess and make a little money that way. And so we'll just keep crops, planting crops that we need to do that, to support our pigs. And of course, we could always sell some too. And one field I'm going to put the oats on, that's for, of course, we need oats for our horses. But as well, I'm going to try and do the oats. You plant oats, and then when you take it off, you immediately put on grass. You get a cutting of grass, and you put oats back on. So you get a couple crops off a field. Well, I already had it down. So I think we'll give that a try. We'll probably do that on our smallest field, I suppose. And then we'll put barley and canola in the other two. I'll just do, well, a lap around here and get the worker going. And then I'll set up and start taking our canola off. Anyways, you've certainly seen enough of me going around the outside of fields. So I will carry on with this and bring you back in a little bit. See you in a few. Wow, we got a worker going to town over there on field 1, so we'll get set up here next to get that harvest started. I'll see if I can get this out of here without playing bumper cars. Almost like I knew what I was doing. Don't let appearances fool you. I think we might actually, I mentioned the oats grass thing. If I can get the chance today, I might try putting grass in field 6 today, because yes, oats would come off a little bit earlier, but I think we have enough time that we would still get a cutting of grass off of that. So I think we might try and do that. If the weather holds, that is. And we get this done. You know what? I think we can leave that right there. Probably be a place where it'll be nice and in the way at some point. I'm usually pretty good at picking those kind of places out. I'm not getting the trigger to come up for that. Might be just a bit too high, maybe. So what we'll do, we'll have to try a new spot. Our seed production is full. I did put another 5,000 liters of barley in there this morning. But I was going to leave it there because I thought we might be doing some seeding later today, so I didn't take any up to the farm shop in case we needed it for seeding. Alright, well, I know it's not quite the way it's... Well, I do not understand why that does not want to come off there. There we go. Third time's the charm. Get our harvester unfolded here. Now, guys, yeah, I know you've seen me do lots of this, so I will leave you there, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this off just as quick as I can, and then I'll bring you back in, and we'll see what our next steps are. So I'll see you in a little while. Alright, we have the crops off both our fields, and they're in the silo. If we take a look, we can see we got 173,000 liters, some of which we're going to use for pig food production, and the remainder we are going to probably use to make canola oil up at our production facility. While I was harvesting, I had an opportunity to think, as I often do, and I've come to a decision, and we are going to use precision farming. I know I said earlier that I probably wouldn't, but Giants has now apparently fixed that issue with your fields being all reset, and really we only have our cornfield is in because we haven't fertilized our grass fields yet. That's a job we need to do. So I am heading down to the shop, and we are going to buy a scanner so we can scan all our fields. I was thinking originally about leasing it, but I wanted to field 6 right away and get some grass going in there. And then, of course, we're going to buy a new field, and we've got a number to do, and we may not do them all at the same time. So we're going to purchase a scanner. I'm going to run over here and grab a tractor. So I will meet you down at the store. See you in a second. Alright, here we are down at the store. I just wanted to show you where we're at with our loan. We completed that contract, and I used that money to pay the loan down. We were at 105, I believe it was. We're down to 75 now. That is important because what we're going to do, while I was thinking about, or running around, I was thinking about how to proceed with the Let's Play, since there hasn't been very many contracts. Where is this sucker? Oh, there it is. I said we're going to buy that. We're going to be using it a lot, and They were basically, I felt, two ways we could go ahead, seeing as the contracts have been curtailed, is that I could do a lot of skipping ahead and just taking care of business, so to speak. Or, oops, it's around the other way, I see. I could just borrow money and move ahead with our expansion plans. So that's what I've decided I'm going to do, because I think that's more interesting. So we are at minus 75,000, or have a $75,000 loan, and that is going to increase. We want to put the pigs in. We are going to buy that field that has sugar beets in it. But I got thinking, we've got the farm shop going, and we've been using our fertilizer for that. You may recall we have the dryer. Well, that is actually green fertilizer, if you want to call it that, because most granular fertilizer is made from natural gas, but ours is made from biomaterial. So that makes it more valuable. So we can sell that on. That will help us, pay down the debt, so to speak. We can also, we have our farm shop going, of course, and we're going to do another green process. We're going to put in a composter. This will allow us to take straw, which is not very valuable, and turn it into compost, which we can also sell at a pretty good price. And so we're going to put that in at some point. Now, we don't, unfortunately, I didn't think of this before I sold off some of our straw, so we don't have really any to spare right now, but that will be coming. Like I said, I want to do a oats grass rotation on this field here. So this is the field we're going to scan first. Then we've already mulched it, but then we'll need to fertilize it, and we need to turn on our map here so we can see the circle that we're going to do. But that's what I'm going to work on here next anyways, is getting so we can get grass in here, and we'll at least get one cutting off before we turn around and put oats in. And of course, oats we can use, as I said, for our horses when we get them, but also we can sell a bunch of it on, and we can use the straw. We'll turn to compost. But we also, because of precision farming, are going to need to buy some other equipment, a spot sprayer, and another type of crop sensor, so we'll be borrowing some money for that as well. So for those of you who haven't dealt with precision farming, this is a soil samples we're taking. The circle shows the area that the scan's going to take an effect on. We need to go around the entire field, take all these samples, we send them off to be analyzed, and it'll tell us all kinds of good information about our field. It also then, when we lime it, we'll take that soil type into account, and same when we fertilize it, it'll take the soil type and the crop that we've got in and put the appropriate amount of fertilizer on, and we'll only need to do one pass. So that's kind of nice. And if we do everything right, we'll get a really good environmental score, and we will get a bonus when we sell our crops. So we'll take a look at that environmental score. We'll get a field done first so we can make a comparison, and it'll make a little more sense, I think, if you're unfamiliar with it. I quite like the precision farming, and one of the biggest things is I like the one-pass fertilization. Taking the soil samples, a little tedious, and we got lots to do. You can purchase them, but yeah, that adds up. And seeing as we're going to be doing most of this on credit, I'll take the time to run around and grab them. It's a little cheaper that way. Anyways, I'll carry on. As you can see, I'm going to be doing this a bunch more times here in this field, but I'll get it done. And once I'll do that, I'll bring it in for the next step. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, we've taken all our soil samples. If we go look at our precision farming map, one of the menu items here, you can see the field is all nice and burgundy. We have taken our soil samples, so we can send those off. I opened up the help menu here so you can see. So it's we're using square to take the samples, triangle we send them for analysis, and they'll give us some results soon. You can hear my granddaughter. She's really excited about the precision farming, obviously. Or she's teething. You can go with whichever one you like. I'm going to go with this. She just really likes Grandpa's farming. So we'll run and put this away. It usually doesn't take very long for those samples to pop up. Now we have to do that to every field. I think the next field we'll probably buy that sugar beet field, and we'll go and scan that, and we can probably improve things there before the crop gets too mature. We need to do all our grass fields and the fields we just harvested as well. There we go, $2,800 for those soil samples. Now if we take a look at our map, we can see it gives us our soil types here on the field. You can see our environmental score, that's our average one, is 51. If we zoom in, we can see on a field basis what our score is. You can see all of the fields we haven't touched or done anything on, they're all at 50, but this one's at 57. If we expand the score details, it'll give us a breakdown of what's included. If we zoom in here, we can see the bars for that particular field. So we see we need to do nitrogen. If we auto apply nitrogen and we use the crop sensors that we will add to our self-propelled sprayer, it'll give us 100% on that. pH, if we lime and use auto, that'll give us full points for that. Weed control, we need to use a spot sprayer. There's a John Deere pull behind. Kverland has added the functionality to their equipment, so there's a Kverland pull behind or 3-point, and I think that's what we'll use. I just find them a little handier, and tank size when you're spot spraying isn't as big a deal, so we're going to give that a try. Soil sampling, you see we've got full marks for that because we've done that field, so that's why that field score is up. And then tillage, you need to do direct drill. There's a penalty if you plow. Although I found if there's a crop like corn that requires plowing, if you plow it and then use a direct drill planter, you still get marks for it. You don't get the penalty and your environmental score goes up. And the higher our environmental score is, the more of a bonus we'll get. We're selling all our products, which includes the ones at the farm shop, so that'll be a big help. But speaking of direct drills, let's go and check our garage here, because I'm not sure our seeder is a direct drill now that I think about it. Ooh, no, does not appear that it is. Well, we're definitely going to want a direct drill on. That's, let me go back in there. I think that's 9 meters, isn't it? Oh, it's a 12-meter one. So if we go up here and check, our online catalog, what are our options here? That's a 6. That's an 8. The Lemken's a 12. It's pretty pricey. We got some modded ones here. Ooh, well, that's the one we have. Well, I may check another source, but it looks like we might be downsizing a little bit and having to go with this horse pronto. So, and that is our next job is to, oh, we need to lime that field. So that's our next job. So I'm going to get set up and we'll throw the lime on there. So I'll catch up with you in just a second. Well, here we are back at the store. Our loan is now up to 200,000. I will share, I don't know how the timeline's out. I had a game crash. I had a couple friends who had crashes recently, but we were just talking about that today, and I said I had had none, and I had one. So I had to go back to the harvest, so I might have been a little more efficient time-wise. But anyways, we have to go with this 9-meter Pronto. I've actually never used it before, so that's a plus, but it is a little narrower. There is an 18-meter direct drill seeder, but we don't have the horsepower. So, and I couldn't find another 12, so that's what we're going to use. And we had to buy a fertilizer spreader. I forgot we leased, or a lime spreader, I should say. So I bought this. We are going to be liming every crop rotation now. You don't have to, but there is a 6% yield penalty if you don't. So I just go ahead and do it because it doesn't take very much lime. So I'm going to get set up for the lime, and I'll bring you back in when I get that done. Okay, so we're up here on field 6 with our lime spreader full of lime. I've left the help window open so you can see. Now, if you're familiar with precision farming, this is all old news, but in case someone is watching that isn't, you can see it gives us our target there by the little flag of where the pH value should be under ideal conditions for that particular soil type, and where the current level is. And when we move down the field, we'll see that change because we're sitting in loam right now, and we're going to have 2 other soil types as we move down the field, so we'll see that value change. Now, we probably could have got away with a smaller lime spreader, especially once we get the initial coat on, because when we go to lime next time, it's usually only about like 0.1, 0.125. It's increasing it. You can see our values changing there. There's for sandy loam. So, but we have to grab our lime up by the garden center, and so sorry about that. This will allow us with a full tank. We should be able to do 2 or maybe even 3 fields. So if we jump out and run back here and look at our crop info, you can see pH value is perfect all the way along. So that's one of the advantages of precision farming. I will carry on with this. Other than that, it's just lime spreading we've done before. Just the application rate is variable. So I'll get this done, and then we'll move on to the next step. So I'll catch up with you in a second. Okay, we're back at our field, perfectly limed, with our new seeder. The only thing different about seeding is it has a variable rate as well. Depending on the soil type, it's going to vary the amount of seed it puts in the ground. Oh, I forgot to change that. Let's do that quick. Oh, come on, down. There we go. Finally got it together there. So the rate will change based on the crop type. Oh, it's not available for grass. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay, well, there's nothing to see there, but it will, for the cereal crops, it will on poorer soil, put more seed in to help in gain the maximum yield. So other than that, no difference. So just to recap, you mulch the field, no difference there. Soil sampling we only need to do after every several harvests. It's good for 3, 4, maybe more. I haven't really counted. And then we apply the lime using variable rate, but it's an auto setting, and the same for the seed. And then we roll it. Nothing different about rolling. And then we can't do anything else till the crop comes out of the ground, when we'll take care of the weeds by spot spraying and applying our one-pass fertilization utilizing the crop sensors. So I will carry on with this, and I'll bring you back in when I've got the rolling done. So see you in a little bit. And just one other thing before I forget, I can't remember if I mentioned it, but our loan is up to 200,000. We were at 75, as you may recall, but I only had to borrow 125 because to go from the horse, or sorry, the Caverland to the horse, other way around, only cost us about, I think about $6,000 or $7,000 was the difference there. And the remainder was used on the lime spreader. So just wanted to update you with that. I think I forgot to mention it down the store. If it's repeat information, I apologize. And now you really will see me when I get the rolling done. Catch up with you in a minute. Well, I've got a worker busy rolling our field 6, which is the last step we can do right now. I brought our sprayer over here because what we're going to do is we're going to add the crop sensors to it. And what this does is it allows the sprayer or gives the sprayer additional information when you're fertilizing based on the crop's condition, and gives you a bonus to your environmental score. So we've added that. The only thing with these sensors, they only work in the daylight, so I'm hoping there's enough light here that we can go and get our cornfield sprayed, because while the seeding was going on, I went and scanned that cornfield and limed it. Now, I know you wouldn't normally lime on live crop, but in this case made an exception just because we put precision farming on. Won't be something we will be doing going forward, so it's limed. I'm going to go and fertilize it. And another thing I noticed when I went to go and grab some fertilizer, someone had nicked our trailer. I don't know what happened to it, but there it was, gone. So luckily I went on the local buy and sell and was able to find a used one here to replace it. Only cost us 2,500 pounds, and it actually has a slightly higher capacity and also the additional bonus of no swivel axle. So I am going to fill up our sprayer here, and I'm going to run up and spray that corn as long as we don't get a error on our crop sensors. And that field will be done as well. But I checked our time and I couldn't believe it, but this episode has come to end, almost like our day here on the farm. So we will call it a wrap there for this episode, and we'll carry on the next morning or tomorrow morning. And we'll continue to cycle through our fields and get them prepped for precision farming. But if you're still with me, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you found this entertaining or informative in any way, please hit the like and subscribe button. And if you want to see when other content like this lands, hit that notification bell. But for this episode, this is Farmer Murphy signing off. Till next time.